Welcome, Aries, Taurus, to your Astrodice reading for March. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Best message, please, for the beautiful Aries, Taurus. Got Pluto coming in right away. Seen that. With some Capricorn energy. And the 7th house. Got this Capricorn energy is really flowing with you guys right now. And I'm telling you, and I know a few of you do have Cap rising in your ascendant. And it's really showing. It's really pushing out right now in certain houses for you. Really coming through. Let's see, we got that Pluto coming through, which is a huge transformation. I think this is what your Akashic Tarot just was going on as well. How wonderful. And I think it even said, if you guys go back and watch it, that you were getting ready to transcend and that the cycle is slowly moving right now with the Capricorn energy coming through with the transformation, which is literally going right here into March. So if you guys have not watched that reading, you might want to go watch it. It was put out as the Akashic Tarot, the very last one, like the 27th or 28th of February. So, Pluto coming out. Here we go. Your ability to transform, take a big leap forward, and rebirth. So, definitely talking about that. I'm going straight over here into this Cap energy. This energy around you is serious, materialistic, and hardworking. It bestows shrewdness and cautious ambition. Yeah, and it does feel like there is a little bit of cautiousness within a lot of you. You're not really taking huge steps. It feels like at one time you were taking really big steps, but this month you're actually going to walk up the mountain a little bit slower. Really going to allow yourself to see what's really in front of you this time. See, before you're kind of racing and you're just like, let's go, let's get it done. But now you're going to take a little more cautious steps. So you can see if there any rocks around you are getting ready to fall, right? You don't want to step on a loose rock, because it does feel like there could have been a few loose rocks in February, and we don't want to have that now. So a little more cautious. 7th house. Yeah. And this is the area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, and or family. And I always put like friends in there as well, right? Because you have certain friends that you consider family friends. Your best friend you could consider, that's my sister, that's my brother, right? So you can put those people into that area, okay, when you know that they're that close-knit. Maybe even your mom calls them their daughter, you know, and they call your mom their mom. You know what I mean? Those people do fit in here. It doesn't always have to be just blood when it comes to family, as we all know. But this is definitely the transformation, which is a very serious thing for you. Okay, with Capricorn, you couldn't say it wasn't serious, because no matter what, Capricorn is hardworking but very serious. So there's definitely something very serious and very hardworking that you are going through. Like I said, I just feel like you're a little more cautious about the situation when it comes to these people, whoever this is, whether it is the romantic lover, the family, the close friends, or the business, right? Because there's something that's going on, and it seems like, ooh, I raced in a little too harsh last time, and I feel like he kind of got bit in the butt a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's fine, it happens. But this time, that's why the cautiousness is going to be here. And you probably have to watch your P's and Q's maybe around these people, and that could be the huge thing, right? Even if it's just your business, you're going to have to watch the paperwork a little bit more, because maybe some paperwork got lost or something, so you're going to watch to see what is going on in that situation. Okay. Sorry if the cards are a little loud. They are brand new. If you have the brand new deck, I'll show you guys. These cards are really cool. And they're gold. Okay. Gold, gold, gold. Okay, so, but they are very slippery, so I have to keep very good hand on them. Otherwise, they go all across everywhere. Okay, so getting straight into the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. There it is. The moon. In the beginning of the month, you do see the overwhelmingness and the determination that you are putting in. You feel like there is somebody who's not being very generous with to you in the 7th house. Now, here we go again with that, right? Because like I said before, it feels like you were moving in certain ways and doing certain things when it came to the 7th house last month, that something bit you in the butt. And so now you feel like because that's happening, you may not be offering the generosity as much as you did last month, since they did kind of bite you back. It's kind of like, I fed you. It was like the dog that bites the hand when being fed. I fed you when you bit me. But I do feel like, it's kind of crazy, and I'll tell you why, because it's like they're not being generous to you, so you're cutting down and being very cautious about how much generosity you're going to give back, because you know why? Give and take relationship. I gave a lot, you didn't give back. So, really watching how much you're giving to this person, because you might even feel like, for some of you, to get how it resonates, they're greedy. And I give you all this, you give me nothing back, you take. And for others of you, if it has to do with that business, I have to watch you and be cautious, because every time I give you something, you lose it. And then tell me, I don't know where my paperwork is. Ugh. Anyways, it's overwhelming you no matter what. Remember, it could be just the smallest, tiniest things, right? So you're transforming the idea and how you're going to deal with this situation. But this is very overwhelming, and you're going to walk right into the new month with this being a burden because of whatever happened in the situation. But you can clearly see that, you know what, it has to be different than it was. But it is definitely for the perfect timing, and your intuition is very high. It's going to have to be, though, because you have to watch to see what they're doing. Because if I'm not watching and paying attention to what's going on, you're going to lose more paperwork, or I'm going to overgive to you, and you're going to bite me in the butt again. So it could either be biting the hand that feeds, or just literally being bitten in the butt. However you want to see it. The moon coming out, yeah. Intuitive enough to know that, you know what, I'm not going to really stand my ground about the situation. I'm just going to be cautious and watch. Yeah, because there's no reason to really defend anything at this time. You don't want to be in a defensive mode either. Because look, even if you did something last month where it kind of hurt, I don't want to have to play the defensive game, right? I don't want to have to do that. I'm just so aware that, you know, if I'm just watching and being cautious about the situation and really going with my gut feeling about how things are going to go, then I don't really have to be standing ground on that. Because I just feel like you're tired of standing up against this person or trying to overwatch everything. You just want to have more cautiousness without having to be like, in this, you know. No matter how determined the situation is and how much burden it is, you're still moving through it very well. And I do feel like you do have this other person who's going to come in and also kind of help you through this situation. So you can also be very aware that you're going to have this Taurus that's going to come through. For most of you, it will be a Taurus who is definitely going to come through and say, hey, look, it's okay. You know what? Rest easy. I'm going to help out with the situation. And this is going to give you a little peace and comfort on your own. If you're overworking in your business and you feel like you're just taking on so much, this person's going to actually help you take over some of the paperwork that maybe the other person lost, or however the situation is within the business area. If it's the family area, it feels like they're going to just kind of pick up the little pieces, however it is, so that you can get a little rest. Okay, because it feels like your anxiety and stress is going a little bit high over here because you're very serious, very hardworking, but you're not getting the rest and peace that you need. So definitely, yes. Okay, definitely getting through that. So there's going to be a little more restful areas over here as this as this other person comes through, okay? And they're going to take on a little bit of the burdens for you, so that's a good thing as well. They're going to offer a little bit of help. In the mid-month, you have the Five of Cups, the Five of Coins, and the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords is saying that there's something that I'm learning about the situation. As I'm having this transformation, I'm realizing that all the things that are going through, I do have the Two of Cups behind me, so I have to stop looking at the Three of Cups that are down within the situation, because once again, you're bringing me down to a place that I don't need to be. So watch your depression levels and watch the things that are making you sad, because it feels like you're working so hard, but things are not coming to you as fast as you want them to. So you're kind of keeping yourself out in the cold in the mid-month, only because you're waiting for this big opportunity to come at hand. The Page of Swords is saying it's okay, because you're going to go through this kind of learning lesson. Wow. You know, about the situation with the 7th house, because the more you're watching and the more that you're learning, it does feel like the Page of Swords is going to come in, and they might even try to teach something as well, or you might be teaching them, right? But definitely something is being learned, and maybe you're learning and teaching each other. But something is definitely coming to light within the situation that's going to literally change the situation, right? There's a lot of arguing going on within the 7th house about the situation. And that could be what's making you sad, is because nobody really wants to take responsibility for the actions that they're doing. Okay, so it's kind of breaking you down a little bit over here. With the Queen of Wands, there could be a lot of people involved in this situation. With the Queen of Wands, though, there is this courage and this creativity that's coming really right out of you, Aries, Taurus, right? But it just feels like you can't get it down onto paper. You can't keep going the way you're going unless there has to be the transformation. So you're going to keep thinking and keep going strong, you know. And this way it will also keep you from any kind of paralyzing thoughts that keep you away from what really needs to transform within the situation. So, like I said, whether or not this person comes in to actually help you and inform you on the situation in the mid-month, it could just be yourself looking at things a little bit different. Because there is some kind of, like, you know, trying to get out of some kind of area which makes you feel like you're trapped within your mind. It also, for some of you, it literally feels like almost a paralyzing fear. It almost feels like you're so much fear that it's not going to happen, that it literally is, you know, right? That it could even be making you a little shrewd in its own way. People might even see you as like a little tickety. You know what I mean? It's like, don't say the wrong thing to Aries, Taurus right now. They're not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a huge possibility in the mid-month. But your courage and the strength that you have to keep going forward is there. It just feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. And a lot of it feels like is not only because of the person who could be also here in this situation holding you back. It could even be old situations that are holding you back that you keep thinking of, or, you know what I'm saying? So it might just be all just kind of thought. And it also could be coming from work as well, which is kind of ticky, right? An old, you know, or a family member, however it is. So whether or not the fight is actually a feud that's actually going on between you and this person, or whether it is the thoughts that you're feuding in your own mind, take it how it resonates. The 10 of Swords. There's some kind of confusion when this situation comes through, because you do have the oh my gosh, you're uniting over here with the 2 of Cups. You do have the wanting to surrender to a love situation, but saying, I'm not sure, because I don't see any blessings in that situation right there. All I see is separating. And this is mostly just wanting to separate from the 10 of Swords that continue to keep through as you are trying to make this big leap forward. It almost feels like Spirit is trying to say in this situation, to have this rebirth, I'm going to make you have to let go of this situation. You have to let go of this situation. Otherwise, you're just it's going to be an uphill battle. And it is. It's causing confusion to the death. Let it go. Let it go. If you don't let it go, how am I supposed to do what I'm supposed to be doing? So it definitely is an uphill battle right now. And this month is an uphill battle. With the Queen of Pentacles. Because you know that no matter what, you're going to unify. But you're going to say, okay, fine, I forgive the Queen of Pentacles. Jeez, forget it. Whatever. Because you know that the Queen of Pentacles is guilty of this situation, but you also feel like you might even, look, it's kind of your fault too for allowing it to maintain where it's going, right? By keeping that in your energy and not letting it go, allowing it to consume everything around you. So you don't want that to consume you, because then where's your real intuition, right? You had your intuition in the very beginning of the month. You were doing very well, but then all of a sudden everything became consuming. And it was like this person came in to help with the situation and keep going strong. But I think mind over matter is really what the possibilities are over here when it comes to this situation, right? And that's because I think you really want them to apologize. And I think that you really want this to go the way you really want it to go. And it keeps you in your head because you're saying, and you're still not coming to apologize. You're still not taking my apologies. Maybe we need to apologize together, but no matter what it is, it's not happening. So I think that you wanted this to go a certain way, and it didn't. If anything, it just continues to go backwards. Maybe you felt it one time when they snipped you in the butt, you know, when you were being very generous to them or however it was. Maybe you thought you were going to be able to just, you know, let it go, let it ride. Like I said, you're watching them very well over here about the situation for, you know, but it's just not going in the way you want it to. So now in the end of the month, some communication is definitely going to be coming through, and you're going to try your hardest to try to break the ice within this person and try to get the communication out the way you want the communication to be. But remember, you're still being very, now I know why you're so cautious about the situation. And that's because, why? Because they could snap at any time and just become very obnoxious and make the whole situation go backwards instead of frontwards. So then you'd say, man, now that we're starting to kind of get through a little bit of the things and kind of cutting through the clouds and the darkness and everything and communicating, if I'm not careful about how I say something to you, you're just going to snap, right? Not you, them, right? You could be definitely dealing with a Gemini. And you're just like, I have to, it's almost like you have to walk on, it's like walking on glass. That cautious step that you're taking within this person is definitely walking on glass. And like I said over here in the mid-month, because you're watching them and learning about all the things that they're doing, right? And trying to get through this. Like I said, it's like a nightmare. And it's almost like you're paralyzed with fear, like I said, because you're not sure how I'm going to deal with this situation. And if I, how am I going to do this? So, and if I'm not careful, boy, is it going to all go south. And that's not the way I wanted it to. Because remember, you wanted the Ace of Wands. Right? You want the peace, the comfort, the renewal. Right? And this is this transformation is going to be depending on the way you're taking the big leap yourself of getting through all of the mind over matter stuff to get to the next piece. So it's definitely a learning situation for you, right? And it will bring peace. That's what you're really looking for, my friends, is to find the peace, and the comfort, and to really separate yourself from the agonies and the painstaking errors, right? This way you could just move forward and have this transform into, yes, bigger things for yourself and healing, right? And really heal from the situation so you can get on to the next pieces of life. Okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.